Hey everyone, back with another video, and today I want to talk about why you need to stop thinking so much. Every thought that you have that you don't take action with, it's most often just a wasted thought. And wasted thoughts are just distractions. You need to be more like a robot. I know this sounds crazy, but bear with me. Robots, what do? They just focus on execute, execute, execute. You need to temporarily turn yourself kind of into a robot that does a lot of execution, right? I'm not saying permanently, I'm not saying for a whole day, I'm just saying for the time you are working, don't let thoughts distract you. Just focus on getting the work done. That should be your main priority, and just execute again and again and again. A lot of times we worry about burnout, but I really think that if you gradually increase your workload, you are not going to get burned out. You are actually capable of more. I believe you are capable of more, that you are holding back a lot of your potential. Because I've seen it through myself, through years and years of just slowly adding a little bit more work, slowly adding a little bit more work. And eventually, you get to this point where you're able to handle a lot. And so really burnout is not like a fixed thing. It's not something where like, oh, if I work any more than this, I'm gonna get burned out. No, you guys can't be thinking like that. Burnout is like if you go way past that end point, yeah, you're gonna feel terrible. But if you just like slowly push it a little bit up, maybe this time I can do 1 more hour than I thought. Maybe this time I can do 2 more hours than I thought. And you just slowly get there, you're going to be able to do so much more work. So don't worry about like, oh my gosh, I might get burned out. I'm working like too much. Just try to get close to your limits and then push the limit back a little bit and then repeat that and repeat that. And eventually you get to a point where you can really start to actually work quite a bit. And then that is what's going to lead you towards success. Because so many people are worried, oh my gosh, I don't want to work out so much, or I don't want to, do too much so then I get burned out. Once you guys get to that phase, then you should worry about that. If you guys are not there, you're holding back stuff. You still have potential within you. You have to realize that. You have so much potential inside of you that I guarantee a lot of you are not harnessing. And the only way to discover that potential is to be on that edge of your upper limit and just be close there. You have to, you don't have to always be touching it, but you have to be close. Because if you're not close, you're never going to know what that is. And that's just going to be something you believe, your self-limiting belief. You're going to be like, oh, I could never do it. When you actually could. How will you know you never can do it if you didn't try? Think about it. How will you know that you never could do it if you never tried? And most often the times that you thought you could never, you could actually get pretty close to what you thought you could never, quote unquote, do. So don't leave any of your potential on the table. Each day you live, you're never getting that back. That's going almost like in a trash can that you can never reach back into. So it's like, why not just try your best each day? Why not try to push yourself each day? Because when you do that, you start to have this like snowball effect. When you break down one of your mental barriers, you start to realize, wait, if I'm able to do that, then what about all the other mental barriers and things I thought I couldn't do? Can I do those? And that's how you transform yourself into an actual monster in a good way, where you just start to get on this path of constantly breaking what you thought were your perceived limits. And that just elevates you and pushes you forward. And you get more and more excited. You're like, wait, if I could do that, and I also could do this thing, wait, what if I can do this thing over here that I thought I couldn't do before, right? And then you just start to grow so much. And that's really what I want for you guys. I want you guys to just continue to grow no matter what. It doesn't matter if you get successful. It just matters are you learning and are you growing? Are you trying and are you failing? And are you experiencing life to the fullest by doing these things? So much of the time, if you don't take risks, if you don't try, if you don't fail, if you don't work hard, you're just not experiencing life to its fullest. And I personally want to experience life as much as possible. So that's why I'm out here trying all these different things. That's why I fail all the time. That's why, you see success, you seem like I'm like successful, right? But I'm just failing a lot. I'm just trying a lot. And I'm just doing so much more volume than maybe some of you out there. And you guys should also do more volume, do more things, do them at a higher rate of speed. So you just get more and more experience. Because I'm telling you, like, I don't even know how many people are listening to this, but it's like, this is really the secret to success. This is how everybody just improves so much. And if you just like listen and try this out for yourself, you'll realize that it's pretty true. It's like actually what does happen. And I'm really here just trying to like give you guys insights into that, because this is what I've seen kind of in my own life, just over years and years and years of gradually just pushing myself forward. You discover that you're capable of so much more. And you'll never know what that more is unless you try. So just get out there and try and just get started and just start doing. And stop worrying so much about stuff. Just start doing and doing and doing. That's going to be it. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down below, but follow and subscribe for more.